Welcome, everybody, to the debut episode of Oh Captain, My Captain. This is our weekly DFS preview for the Showdown slates. We'll try to do a Thursday night, a Sunday night, a Monday night. Maybe we only do one video. Maybe we do two. Maybe we do all three. We'll see how these play out. These were initially written out by the captain himself, Oklahomie Doug, here to my, I believe this is my left. Camera views are always funny on StreamYard, right? So I'm Josh Hudson. I'm the guy that runs the whole shebang here at Club Fantasy. Most of you know me from our flagship show, No Punt Intended, and our Start Sit Different Day on Saturdays. So we're going to try to get the point across to say, here are your captains as we do our Thursday night slate for the Week 7 showdown between the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. And Doug, you've gone through and prepared not one, but two lineups, which is great because some of these tournaments not only are just single entries, some are multiple entries, some are maximum of 20 entries. So people need different varieties of who they can plug into these captain spots and then the flexes that they're going to fill in underneath. So with your optimal lineup, you've targeted one of the Cleveland Browns pass catchers, and it allowed you to save a lot of money for your flex spots. So tell me why you like Austin Hooper as your top captain here for your optimal lineup.
Well, it came down to, and how's everybody doing? I guess if I'd be the captain, I don't know what that'd make you like. I guess you'd be like the ruler of the country that sent me off on the sailboat or whatever. But anyway, Austin Hooper and Njoku, it was like drawing straws for me. They both have 19 targets on the year. Both have a catch rate around 70%. But Njoku was just a tad bit more than Hooper. And I figured with the athleticism of Njoku and maybe the better blocking skills of Hooper that the Broncos would focus more on Njoku, leaving Hooper open more. So kind of just a gut feeling, I guess you could say. But the pinch and pennies, that kind of made me lean Hooper. But as we'll see here in a minute, I believe we ended up getting Njoku in the lineup anyway.
Correct. Yeah. So obviously getting Hooper here in the captain spot, it would make sense to then put his starting quarterback as one of your flex options. We do know that Baker Mayfield has already been ruled out, and Case Keenum, his backup, will be starting. So tell me why you think Keenum is a good fit here and what other Browns players you're going to work in next to them with Hooper as the captain.
And I'm glad you brought that up because about the injury to Baker, and that's one reason why I kind of like to wait until Thursday morning to get this show out. It's because we don't, or at least record Wednesday night. We didn't know that Baker was going to be out until yesterday at like 4 p.m., 5 p.m. The last minute that the Browns had to get it in is when we knew. So, and if he played, I'm sure we'd have played him. His bum shoulder got to be better than, Keenum's 15 starts or 15 snaps over the last 2 years. But anyway, I like to stack. We found out, and I like to stack the quarterback because in these Draftkings matchups, let's face it, a 150-yard, 2 touchdown, 2 interception game from a quarterback can still net us around 9 points. If a running back, falls flat on his face and only rushes for 10 yards on 5 carries, we're going to get 0.1. But if a quarterback does it, we can still get 6, 7, 8, 9 points. So even if it's a terrible game from Keenum, I've got that many Browns pass catchers in the lineup, so I'm going to stack it with the quarterback and hopefully get double digits, Josh. Hopefully. Come on, Kate.
Well, I know you mentioned bringing in David Njoku. You also have Demetric Felton, the rookie running back out of Michigan, I believe, who's going to be probably playing a more prominent role, seeing as how Nick Chubb is out for this game, as well as Kareem Hunt, who was placed on IR with a calf injury earlier. Give me some quick hits on Felton, why you like him, especially knowing that the Browns have activated Jarvis Landry ahead of this game.
I'll tell you right now, 3.7 yards per carry. That's what the Broncos have given up this year in run defense. That's fourth in the league, 85.5 yards a game. That's fourth in the league. That's a pretty good run defense going up a guy in Dearness Johnson that I don't care if he gets the ball 22 times. If he only goes for 43 yards in those 22 and don't get a touchdown, we're going to get 4.3 yards in the PPR or, points for carry league. So I like Keenum to get rid of the ball real quick. Chubb's been coming on, or excuse me, Von Miller's been playing heck of a ball lately, and that pass rush is coming on. So I can get rid of the ball quick and in a hurry, and I think Felton's going to have to do that.
All right, so the other two that you have in here in your optimal lineup, Courtney Sutton as well as Noah Fant, we're going to talk about them in your honorable mention lineup here. And we'll start with the captain, who happens to be the other tight end in this matchup. Tell me why you think Noah Fant provides an optimal captain spot, seeing as how the Browns have allowed the fewest receptions to tight ends heading into week 7 this year.
Let me tell you what 14 means. That's not the total number of kids I have. About 3 less than that. That is the total number of targets that Mr. Noah Fant got just last week. He is number 3 in the entire NFL in targets over the last 3 ball games, coming from Teddy Bridgewater. The Browns' defense has 18 sacks, 3rd in the league. The Broncos have allowed 2 sacks in every ball game this year. What I'm saying is, just like Keenum, Teddy's going to have to get rid of the ball quick. I don't see, even though we got Sutton in our lineups, that's pretty much because we saved some money. In these showdowns, you'll find out a lot of times it won't be about your dollar amount. It'll be about the players that you like and the players you don't like. Sometimes the salary won't have anything to do with your lineup. You'll have 10,000 left, but you won't like any of the other options that are available. So, in our honorable mention lineup, like I said, we go Teddy because he has the 9th worst release rate in the league, meaning that he holds on to the ball the 9th longest than any other quarterback in the league. We're talking the rookies, 9th. So he holds the ball longer. So that's less time for the play to develop, less time for Courtney Sutton. So I like Noah Fant in the captain because I don't think Sutton's going to be as involved.
Fair point. Now, you also have Bridgewater as well as Sutton here to fill out these flex spots. You did mention, maybe Sutton doesn't have the ability to get open as much, but you have the extra money to spend. And let's be honest, he might be the most talented player in this entire matchup. What can we realistically expect from Sutton out of this matchup, who does happen to lead the league in intended air yards per game this season among wide receivers?
Great. It's a great point, but and what I like, it kind of sounds, a little tacky to say, but it's if me and you, Josh, know that Sutton is the best player on the team, they know we're starting Case Keenum when we're out Chubb, we're out Kareem Hunt. It's going to be hard to control the clock. What would you do as a defensive coordinator if we're going up against the Browns tonight? You're going to take away Courtney Sutton. You're going to take him out of the ball game, and I have that in the back of my mind, and I'm thinking, okay, you've got John Johnson there over the top to help. The secondary's played well. It's not played outstanding. It's played middle of the pack. I think they can take away a guy, and you take away him, no Judy. Tim Patrick gets involved, a little bit, but it's the Noah Fant show.
Makes sense. So now with Fant, Teddy Bridgewater, Courtney Sutton, all costing $10,000 or more, that's going to leave you with not a lot of dollars to fill out the last 3 flex spots. You've gone with Browns players here in the last 3. Tell me why you're saving money with guys like Donovan Peoples-Jones, Dearness Johnson, and then throwing a defense here into the mix.
And what's funny, a little behind the scenes, I tried to shoot this show by myself, I think, for the last 2 weeks. It's went terrible. It's went terrible. The kids have been selling the signal with a fortnight. Had borrowed Josh's anyway. Anyway, back to the Browns. 18 sacks, tied for third most in the entire league. Teddy Bridgewater holds on to the ball. Not the worst in the league. I think this is a kind of step up moment for this Browns defense. Maybe a little prime time spotlight for Myles Garrett, who everybody thinks maybe is a little bit of dirty player. Tonight they're going to say, how we can all sweep all that stuff in under the rug. Maybe he ain't that bad because he's fixing to take over tonight's game, leading the league in sacks, leading the league in QB hurries. Myles Garrett could single-handedly score more points than Case Keenum tonight, but that's neither here nor there. I like to get them in the honorable mention lineup.
Fair point. All right, folks, that'll do it for the first episode here of Oh Captain, My Captain, as we kick off week 7 and the Thursday night showdown between the Broncos and the Browns. Be sure to follow Club Fantasy on Twitter. That's at Club Fantasy FFL. You can follow Doug at Oklahomie Doug. You can follow myself at The One Hudsonian. Stay tuned. We're going to release the actual lineup so you can visually see them. Feel free to play them. And hey, if you win some money, let us know. We like the props. If you don't win any money, hey, we're sorry. We tried. Better luck next week. Thank you all. We will see you next time.
Bye. Sorry, my internet sucks.